What I'd like to do now is bring some of the sky colours down into the snow. When you see the snow, it's not just pure white, you get the shadows in the snow. And for this we can use a bluey colour, which is a good neutral colour for the snow. So using a 10 or 12 size brush, something around about, this is a 10. The blue that we did your sky with, we could use that, we can use this, but maybe go a bit thinner with it, put some water with it. Okay. Now blue on its own is a bit flat and a bit cold, so put a little tiny bit of the crimson, little spot on the end of your brush, okay, and just work it into the blue, and it goes like a lilac-y colour. So it's slightly making the colour a bit richer, a bit more saturated. Yeah, you see that? Yeah.
A bit more than.
Yeah, touch more. Teeny little bit more, not too much. You've got to. It's very powerful colour. It is crimson.
And yeah, that's better.
Maybe a little bit more water as well, a bit paler. That's it. Nice loaded brush again. Plenty of colour. Really dig it around well. Watch it for dripping, and then just take it across, straight across the bottom of your painting, just 1 or 2 lines, probably ½ an inch or something across the bottom of your picture. That's it. Just plop it on. Everything in watercolour is about the speed and the drying time, because that has got to go away to nothing at the back. Yeah. So any ideas how you could blend that to nothing?
Water?
Spot on. She's getting it. So just get some water on your brush, get some water and some tissue, and just wipe it on your tissue first, so it's not soaking wet.
Through,
okay, so it's just it's a damp brush. Yeah. And then just continue painting. Continue painting with a damp brush. Take the paint upwards, and it starts to graduate away. You can see that. Don't be afraid about working back down into the colour again if you needed to do that as well. Clean your brush on some tissue. Keep doing it until the colour blends away. You can do it, like I say, you can go over the top of the colour again if you need to do that as well. Just take it away. Use your full sort of stroke of your arm as you do it, get a nice loose blend effect. That's it. Clean your brush again in some tissue, keep doing the same until the whole thing
So you do the water right to the top? Okay.
Yeah, because you can see where your water stops.
Yeah.
Alright, that's it. I mean, you can see how that's brought the foreground up towards us a little bit, yeah? So it's giving us something there. Okay, so that can dry off again, and then we'll put a few more shadows into it, yeah? Alright, so again, nice and dry down there, and then we'll use the same colour and put a bit of a path on.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay.
I've got a little bit of red paint there.
Okay, well, we'll stick the path over that, shall we?
Yeah.
How's that then? So the same colour, which is a perfect shadow colour, really is for your snow scenes. So that's French ultramarine and a tiny bit of alizarin crimson, but a smaller brush, in number 6 this time. Okay. So what I'm going to do is just put a bit of a path coming from the right side, about 2/3 of the way in. Okay. So if I start off there and then just paint with the tip of my brush and wiggle it a bit, wiggle the brush, not twisting, wiggling this time, wiggle it down and bring it over like this and make it slightly wider as it comes down towards the bottom, so it's got this angle to it, you see?
Okay, is it right from the tree edge or just a bit below?
Just below, yeah, just below the tree edge there, yeah. And wiggle it down. That'll hopefully be the sort of flat part of the path for us there. Yeah. Side to side. Okay. Slightly getting wider each time. Each wiggle gets wider, that's it. And you take it to the bottom of your paper. Now what we're going to do is blend it this way. Blend it off towards the right using water again. So that's your tissue again. Clean brush. Wipe it front and back on the tissue so it's just damp, it's not soaking. And then if I just take it off, wiggling it again down the edge, so it blends across. Or you can do that, blend it across. It starts to give a bit of a shadow to it. So it's going that way. That's it. Front and back wiggle.
So is it wiggling? Yeah.
That's it, yeah, you've got it. That's it. Now if you can still see an edge down this side, which you can, then on tissue and do the same again. Clean your brush on your tissue. And you can just sort of finish it off the shadow
with the
there.
water. Yeah,
that's right, yeah. You keep going till it disappears, really.
Yeah,
okay?
Okay.
That's fine, yeah, no problem there. What we can do now is clean the brush again and wipe it almost completely dry 3-4 times on your tissue. So it's just a damp brush. And then the edge, which is still slightly damp, slightly flick 1 or 2 lines, break the line away that's there, just slightly flick upwards towards the left, and you can see it's just settling in, I suppose, bringing the line more in the picture. So just sort of flick it, this sort of thing. So it's a dry brush and the paint's just the right time to do this. So not too much water on your brush for this one. Just kind of flick it away.
Taking this
yeah, it takes the harshness,
edge.
the sharp edge, that's right. You can still see the path.
Yeah.
but it's just
Is that
enough.
Or?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no problem on that one. Now, really, it needs another side to the path, and I want to just stick it just in this corner down there.
Okay.
So I'm going to do the same thing, but not as heavy. Same colour, same brush. Working from the point again, maybe a little bit lower than the point for this one, and just slightly wiggle down like this, so it's a thinner line. So it's pretty much the same all the way across, but this is the difference, okay? The water, dry brush, and take it upwards this time, take it up. See, I'm going up towards the top of the hill.
Oh, right.
Okay. So just take it up and over, and that'll give you the opposite side of the path almost. That's it. So clean brush in your water, and you can start to see it coming drop and up the other side, hopefully.
Just flick up. Oops, a bit too much.
Okay, don't worry about that. It'll just
run
make
down
sure
the
you.
path.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, which you need to anyway, don't you?
Yeah.
Just make sure you get the brush not too wet. Okay. That's something you've learned.
Otherwise that
straight away.
happens, yeah.
Otherwise it runs like that down the path. That's the job.
Is that enough?
Maybe again, clean your brush, on some, wipe it almost dry this time.
Okay.
And just take it away. Blending can be quite a difficult technique to learn, but it's one of the most common techniques in watercolour painting. Can you see a path there?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, definitely.
Should we dry it off again then?
Yep.
Right, so now that's dry, should we get a bit of rough in it?
Yeah.
A bit of rough on your path, eh? This is the thing what finishes the paintings off, that little bit of detail.
Yeah.
Now, the colour what we mixed for the background trees, you've still got a little bit of that left. That was the burnt sienna and the French ultramarine. It's probably gone a bit dry now, so the water's gone, but the paint's still there. So just get a bit of water and just mix it in. Still with your number 6 brush, okay? This technique you're going to do is called dry brush, okay? Pick your paint up, wipe it on some tissue, so you're taking some of the colour off. So you've got like a dry brush.
Okay.
That means you can actually paint with the side of your brush, that little piece just there.
Yep.
So it's almost painting flat and just kind of catching the paper every now and again. Do you see how it gives it like a texture to the edge of the path?
Yeah.
Try and break it up a little bit. Going up the edge of the path slightly, that's right, yeah. Maybe, can you get your brush a bit lower, yeah? Or even like this if you're finding it hard. Paint with the edge of your brush rather than the tip of it, and it gives more of a random mark or a line, I suppose, really. And of course I'll do the same on the opposite side as well. Give it a little bit of rough on the edge, but trying to mix it up a little bit, maybe put a bit more at the bottom there, so it looks like it's slightly going off into the distance, if you see what I mean, yeah? And it means you can use the texture of the paper. Watercolour paper's got a bobbly texture to it, and you can utilise that and put little bits of rough, even on the middle of your path, you know, where the bit's grown through in the centre, little bits like this, and trying to break out a little bit, but it's starting to give you the foreground's coming up towards me, which is what I want it to do.
Defines the path a bit.
Yeah, and then something what's really nice is to pick up some more colour, use the tip of the brush, and put little grassy bits growing out of it. Just little flicks, flick upwards, quite loosely, just let it flick, you know, working out from the rough, basically. And it gives you that little bit of interest in the foreground. There you go. That's quite effective, and of course you can spend quite a bit of time doing that as well if you wanted to do that. So, what I think we could do now, actually, because that works quite well, looks good. Put some more blue in the colour, so it's a slightly stronger, darker colour. Use the point of the brush, and then a nice way to finish would be to put one or two darker. Imagine you're painting a little branch, or little with V shapes on the end. One or two of those just at the back, working alongside or in between the scratching what you did before. Paint it in the direction it goes upwards as well, because it's a natural brush stroke for a branch. And that is pretty much, once you spent a few moments doing that, that makes a nice little painting really. It just shows how simple snow is to paint, because the white of the paper is your snow.
There.
Yeah? So what do you think?
Brilliant.
Right, so there we go, finished. Another one. And should we take off the tape very gradually?
Okay.
What you need to do is obviously take the one at the top off first, but very gradually peel it nice and steady and peel it away from the painting, because otherwise it can rip it off. So nice and steady for this one.
And it gives it that nice edge when you take it off.
It does actually.
Yeah.
Looks nice and neat when you do that. So you can take the tape off there. But like I say, make sure you peel it away from your painting. Don't think it's a plaster, don't go like that, because it might do to your painting as well. Nice and steady. And of course, what's the finishing touch to any painting? Putting a mount on it. Just move it around till it looks best to yourself, but you know, superb, eh?
Brilliant.
What do you think?
I can't believe I've done it actually.
Second painting, I bet you can't believe 20 minutes ago you would have do something like that?
I can't, no. Really open my eyes actually
Well done,
to painting.
well done. Keep it up.
Will do, definitely.
Excellent.
Say this was my second painting, very easy to do, very simple, but looks really good. The snow is so effective. I would encourage anybody to do this. It's very simple painting to achieve.